Hi everyone, Tal here. I wanted to make you this little message to talk about the stress you may be experiencing due to the coronavirus and all the craziness that is happening in the world right now. I mean, this thing is really affecting our world to such a great extent. Borders are closing, people having to stay home for lengthy amounts of time. In some places, there's no kindergartens, no schools, and it's really a big deal right now. So I know that for you as a pregnant mom, this might even feel even more worrisome. And so I wanted to make this little message for you about how you can reframe this whole thing in a more positive light. And that will help you give that message to your baby as well and generally shield them from any stress that there might be in the air. So, first of all, what's happening is obviously it's a crisis, right? But nothing happens for no reason. There's always a lesson or a message behind every difficult thing that happens in our lives. And here, it's no exception, except it's happening on a global scale. So the message here is bigger, it's wider, it has to do with all of us. And I'll give you an example of what I mean. I read in the news the other day that around China they've noticed that the air pollution has decreased dramatically because the manufacturing is decreasing. So is the air pollution. So this is just a sign of how nature is really somehow balancing itself out and showing us that it's putting a stop to the kind of destructive path that we were on, a path of consumerism that was going out of control, where we were trying to extract all the resources out of earth, out of nature, right? And this coronavirus is somehow stopping that, slowing us down, making us think, making us try and maybe change direction. So the air pollution is just one thing, but also people having to stay home from work and spend more time with their family and spend more time thinking and doing things that maybe they would not have time for in our very stressful and quick pace of life. You also see that people have to have more consideration for others. If somebody's not feeling well, they can't just go out and infect everybody. So, interconnectedness, mutual dependency, and mutual care, these are all lessons that we are receiving from nature at this time. And it's really a change in awareness that is required of us, a change in consciousness. So, just changing our thoughts about what's happening and why it's happening, and how we can use this as a stepping stone for elevating our consciousness is really going to help us change the circumstances much faster. So, in regards to your connection with your baby, you can really talk to your baby about this. You can share with them that everything that's happening right now, even if you're feeling stressed out, is nothing to do with them, that it's happening because there is change going on and it's positive change. It's going to lead us in the right direction. So, convey that everything is fine to them. Another thing that could be good is to visualize the perfect end result, the perfect humanity that you can envision in your mind. Like, what would it look like if people really cooperated, if people really worked together for the sake of the whole, and cared for each other like in one big family? The reason it's important to visualize something like that is that this gives your baby a message that the environment that they're about to be born into is a safe environment, is a positive environment. And the reason that's important is that a baby that feels that they're about to come into a safe environment will open up their senses and be more able to develop and to learn and to absorb things from outside of him. A baby that senses that the environment is stressful or dangerous will close off their senses, and that can hamper their development. So we really want to give them these messages. If you're still feeling stress, if you're still feeling that you're not really calm and quiet, then there are a few other things that I recommend that you do. So the first thing that you can do is meditate. I don't know if you meditate regularly, if you have your own practice, but if you don't, all you got to do is just sit down and focus on your breath going up and down. And as you focus on your breath, you can do that same thing where you connect to your baby and relay to them a message of calm, of serenity, of safety. And you can visualize light and love surrounding you, and a higher guidance that is available to you, a knowingness that you're safe, that you're protected, that you're being taken care of. This could be something really great to do. Second thing that you can do is to journal. You can write down, take out all those feelings, all those thoughts that you have onto the paper. And here's a journal prompt that I recommend for you. Try to answer this question. How is what's happening right now helping me connect more to my baby and to my own higher self? If you can answer that question in your journal, that is also going to help you reframe the situation and kind of extract the lesson or the fine-tuning that this situation can enable us to do. The third thing that I recommend is to boost your immune system. That's always good to do and can calm you even more during this time if you can sleep well, eat well, exercise lightly, go out to nature, and also have your supplements, whatever you use and like to use, have them handy. Stock up on them if you need to. So that's also important. And the last thing I recommend is to consume positive content that makes you feel good. The news can be so dramatic and can really stress us out. So stay connected to what's going on, but don't allow yourself to be exposed to the news too much so that it doesn't stress you out. So that was it. That was 5 things that I wanted to recommend in order to help you reframe what is going on and really get a positive kind of thinking pattern around it that will also help you give your baby this message and help you get through this time in our development as easily as possible. So I hope this was helpful to you, and you're welcome to send me any questions or thoughts that you have over the email, and I'll be really glad to hear from you. So sending you so much love and good thoughts. Bye.